The top primary weapons of 2024. Now, this is a little bit harder to rank because there are three different kinds of primary weapons. We have the shotgun category, the automatic category, and the minigun category. And because this is such a subjective topic, I will be ranking the top three for each one of those categories, but not in a particular order. Simply the top three shotguns, automatics, and miniguns of each category in no particular order. But before we jump into that, let me just go ahead and knock off Ultimatum and Deadly Icicle. Both of these are pretty obvious. Now, the Ultimatum, it's basically a sniper, one shot, super overpowered, has been for years. And the Icicle, although nerfed, is still a deadly weapon, as described in the name. So with that, let's jump into the shotgun category first. First one on the list, the Dragoneer. Now, honestly, I think this is one of the best weapons ever released in the entire game. This weapon came out in the Eastern Cyber season a few months ago. I think the developers nailed it with this gun. It's essentially a mini Ultimatum, does less damage but has a faster fire rate. Also has no delay whatsoever, so it's amazing for 3-cat, but also very good for grapple styles as well. It does a great amount of damage, but not so much that people get annoyed with it. I have never seen a single person complain about how OP this weapon is, but everybody uses it. So this is an incredibly well-balanced shotgun that is just at the top of the list. 3-barreled shotgun. This is a fun one. This one has the ability, when you're holding it, you respawn invisible for about 3 seconds. It does critical damage, 10 ammo, a fire rate of 85, and it's basically a sniper shotgun. It does a ton of damage. You can basically 2-hit, or if you're close up, 1-hit any opponent. It does have slight delay when you're switching to the weapon, but if you just spam it, it is crazy OP. Moving on to the 3-barreled shotgun's close cousin, the Boar's Roar. Now this one also 10 ammo, also has critical damage. It does damage in its area rather than the invisibility, but a very similar shotgun. It has the same fire rate. The main difference here is its shots are slightly more concentrated but do more damage. So its spray isn't as good as the 3-barreled shotgun, but if you can hit your shots better, it does a little bit more damage. Also, at the end of this video, I will be explaining what playstyle fits best with each primary I mention. Okay, moving on to automatics. Before I get into those specifically, I do want to give an honorable mention to the Tactical Scorcher. This thing is basically a stream beam weapon, closest to automatic out of the three categories, but it doesn't quite fit. So if you have this weapon, it's quite good, and I would advise using it. Now, for the first automatic, I think a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I stand by it. And first up, we have the Neutron Pulsator. This is the only primary weapon with a 100 mobility, as fast as the double cashbacks. It has a scope with the X-ray vision effect, and its attack speed and damage are insane. The only downside for this weapon is you run out of ammo pretty quickly. With 40 ammo, you can unload that in about 5 seconds. But other than the lack of ammo, this weapon is a beast. Next up, a classic, been around for years, always been OP, the Stormtrooper Exoskeleton. Honestly, for this one, there isn't that much unique about it. It's just powerful and easy to use. It has 50 ammo, and the slots are semi-slow, so you don't run out of ammo too fast. It only takes a few headshots, and you can knock out your opponent easily. And the crosshair is really easy to aim with, so you can get this in Gallery if you don't have it for 1,000 coupons. I would definitely give it a try. And for our final automatic, this one isn't necessarily good because of its automatic ability, but rather its effects. The Leader's Best Friend. Now, its attack speed and damage are adequate. I would say it's mid-range for an automatic with those abilities. But what makes this obnoxious weapon stand out is its weakening effect and its barrier. Now, you won't get as many kills as you would with the other automatics I mentioned, but you certainly will not get killed as much if you use this weapon. This one is probably more for competitive aspects, whereas the other two are good for teamfight, deathmatch, more casual instant respawn game modes. And now moving on to the final category of the primary category, the most underrated and underplayed category, the miniguns. First, the Champion Peacemaker. This is by far my favorite minigun. Now, this thing actually has 0 abilities, like it literally has no abilities, but with a capacity of 110 and just amazing damage and attack speed. I mean, it's just insane. Especially when you pair it with its module boost or use the leader's drum gadget, you can drill down so many opponents in an open team fight map. It's just so easy. Next up, we have the Plasmatic Digger. This one has slightly less ammo and does slightly less damage, but it has a burning effect and it has ammo restore, so it actually takes you a lot longer to unload all of the shots than you would think. Every few shots you shoot, it will return an extra ammo. So this one is a solid option, definitely one of the best miniguns out there. And the final primary on the list today, Siege Minigun. This one is very similar to the Champion Peacemaker. It has 100 ammo, very similar damage, it does slightly less, but it does have the ability of damage during reloading. So again, this one, another solid minigun, very similar to the Champion Peacemaker. So if you don't have one, as long as you have the other, you're good. Now we get into the tips. How to use each gun effectively and in what style of gameplay is it most useful. And the different styles of gameplay there are 3-cat spam, grapple, casual, and spam. The key difference between casual and spam is casual will just switch between a few weapons every so often. Spam is just using the one weapon individually. So first up from our list today, the Dragoneer. This one is pretty good in grapple, but it's best for 3-cat. It does a solid amount of damage, no delay, pretty fast fire rate, and just works best for that style of gameplay overall. Next, the 3-barrel shotgun. Now this one, it's okay in most playstyles other than 3-cat, but it's best for spam. Because of its delay and just insane when you use it individually, I would say use this for spam if you're going to use it in a playstyle. Boar's Roar. This one is good for spam, but I would say it's best for grapple. It's slightly more of a sniper shotgun than the 3-barreled shotgun, and it doesn't have the same delay as a 3-barreled shotgun, so you can switch to this weapon very fast and very effectively. The Neutron Pulsator. This one is pretty good for all playstyles except 3-cat. It's good for grapple because of its mobility and its X-ray. And then, of course, you can always use it effectively for casual and spam. Now, the Stormtrooper Exoskeleton is just really good for spam and casual. Grapple and 3-cat, not so much, but overall, again, an excellent automatic. The Leader's Best Friend. Bad for 3-cat, it's okay for spam and casual, but at its best, it's good for grapple. Especially in modes like duels, it's very good for one-on-one. Like I said earlier, you won't get as many kills with this automatic as you would others, but you will get killed less. So in situations when you're against one or maybe two opponents, it is incredibly effective. And now we get to the miniguns. I'm going to save time. Rather than go through each one individually, I can go ahead and tell you, for grapple and 3-cat, they are not good. But they are excellent for spam, and all of them are pretty good for casual. So, thank you for watching. Please comment below what you think, because I know this can be a very controversial topic. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.